First Friday here in the spring season, and it is a gorgeous night here in the jungle. It is DSYSL night from right here in Tigers Field on the campus of Dripping Springs High School, where tonight your Tigers, coming in with a record of 4-1 in district play, will take on their arch rival, the Jaguars of Johnson, coming in with a record of 3-3 in district play. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. So glad you could join me on this Friday night. My name is Melvin Jones, and we got a great night of baseball tonight. We are going to celebrate the youth of Dripping Springs, as well as our final meeting district-wise with the rivals, the Johnson Jaguars. Tuesday night, it was all Tigers all of the time, winning 11-1 to run rule the Jaguars in 6. 1 run, 1 hit. That's all the Tigers gave up on Tuesday night. They are looking to do a little bit more damage tonight to their outgoing rivals, the Jaguars. Tonight's starting pitcher will be Anthony Gonzalez, the senior, getting his second district start of the season. Tigers tonight wearing their alternative uniforms, maroon with drip across the chest, celebrating, of course, the lovely community of Dripping Springs. So Tigers and Jags coming up in about 10 minutes or so. When we come back, we're going to hand it over to the voice of the jungle, Jeff Goss, as we celebrate the youth here of Dripping Springs. Tigers and Jags coming up from the jungle, and you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Back here in the jungle, Melvin Jones with you. Tigers Baseball on Vype Live, DSYSL night here in the jungle tonight. First Friday of spring, and the Tigers' final meeting with their arch rival, the Jaguars, here in district play. Two teams possibly will be meeting up in the future in non-district play. As we are out to celebrate the youth of Dripping Springs tonight. The winds are blowing in here in the jungle. Gorgeous night. As always, 70 degrees right now as my phone updated. May dip down into the mid-60s by the end of the night. Again, Anthony Gonzalez on the bump tonight for your Tigers. Meanwhile, Jaden Lopez will be on a bump for the Jags as we're awaiting right now the pregame festivities. No word yet. The yearly tradition, celebrating the youth here at Dripping Springs. Now, I was going to do this later on in the broadcast, but right now, it's the best time. Senior parents, please get your senior videos into me by April the 19th to celebrate our seniors on the final home game against Anderson on April 23rd. You can send those videos at Melvin Jones _PXP at iCloud.com. I will make sure that the Booster Club will send all that information out to you guys as we get closer to that April 19th date. Videos will air the night of the 23rd, our final regular season home game against the Trojans of Anderson. That will be a Tuesday night, April 23rd. So right now we're just continuing to wait. No word yet from Coach Payne as he's
youth baseball players go to the Tiger dugout.
He's walking over to the umpires right now. Two coaches will meet to exchange the lineups.
What are you doing, stranger?
As the two coaches exchange lineups, let's go through the lineup for your Tigers. Leading off, playing center field, number 13, Taylor Tracy. Batting second, behind home plate, number 2, Gavin Hull. Batting third, playing out at right field, number 18, Jack Tyndall. Batting cleanup, playing at third base tonight, number 16, Dom Hurley. Batting fifth, Tuesday night's hero, playing at first base, number 3, Connor Helms. Batting sixth, playing at DH tonight, the senior, Parker Saucy. Batting seventh, playing at second base, number 4, Trey Perry. Batting eighth, the senior out in left field, number 17, Hagan Shipley. And batting ninth, in his normal position, at shortstop, number 6, Jackson Conover. As we are still awaiting for the festivities to start. Again, senior parents, April 19th, to have your videos in for air on the 23rd for our final home game, regular season home game against the Trojans of Anderson. You know what? Now is a great time to turn it over to the voice of the jungle, Jeff Goss, for pregame festivities, celebrating the youth, national anthem, and the starting lineups from right here in the jungle.
Welcome to Tiger Field in Dripping Springs, Texas for this evening's game between the Buda Johnson Jaguars and your Dripping Springs Tigers. Tonight is the annual DSYSA baseball night at Tiger Field. As Coach Payne and the varsity team honors all the future Tiger baseball players now refining their baseball skills, playing at DSYSA. Welcome, future Tigers. Now, the starting lineup for the visiting Jaguars. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 8, Ethan McClain. Batting second, the second baseman, 22, Bramley Oak. Batting third, the third baseman, number 12, Selvin Garrett. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 1, Grayson Thornton. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 14, Gus Kane. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 30, John Duran. He is hitting for the pitcher, number 11, Jaden Lopez. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 20, Ricky Montoya. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 17, Thomas Snobble. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 10, Gannon Plummer. And the rest of the Jaguars. The Jaguars are coached by Mark Durham, assisted by Austin Yeager and David Spiegelmeyer. Now, the starting lineup for your Dripping Springs Tigers. Leading off and playing center field, number 13, Taylor Tracy. Batting second, the catcher, number 2, Gavin Hole. Batting third, the right fielder, number 18, Jack Kendall. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 16, Dominic Hurley. Batting third, the first baseman, batting fifth, the first baseman, number 3, Connor Helm. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 9, Parker Salsey. He will hit for the pitcher, number 7, Anthony Gonzalez. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 4, Trey Perry. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 17, Hagan Shipley. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 6, Jackson Conover. And the rest of the Tigers. The Tigers are coached by Chris Payne, assisted by Steven Skotak, Jason Laurent, and Derek Daniel. Would you please rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem?
Beautiful night tonight here in the jungle. I think that is the most I've seen run out on the field. The most Little Leaguers I've seen run out on the field during this tradition. Pitching tonight, number 7, Anthony Gonzalez, the senior. Anthony tonight is 0 for 1 this regular season. As he looked good. He gave up 3 runs his last appearance against Bowie a week and a half ago. Tigers coming off a 1-hitter on Tuesday night against this same Johnson Ball Club. Tigers looking for the sweep for the first time since 2021. And that year, we went all the way to the regional final. Let's hope for the same result this year. Folks, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with me on this Friday night here in Dripping Springs. Final district meeting between these two foes, as Ethan McLean, Brinley Oaks, and Selvin Garrett will lead it off for the Jaguars here in the top half of the first. As Anthony continues his warm-ups, Tigers again in their alternative maroon jerseys, drip across the chest in cursive letters.
Leading off for the Jaguars, shortstop, number 8,
Here's McLean to lead off the ball game for the Jags. McLean on Tuesday night, 0 for 2. He drew a walk to lead off the game. And went 0 for the rest of the night. Jags' only hit on Tuesday came off the bat of Grayson Thornton, the right fielder, as AG winds up and start this game at 7:06. And the first pitch goes down as a ball 1. McLean back in the box. Anthony's ready. High leg kick. He fires. Got in there for strike 1. 1-1 on McLean. The meeting between Lopez and AG tonight, these two were on the same youth club back in the day. Nice pitch by AG, 1-2 to McLean. So it's fantastic. Final district game between these two. Gonzalez and Lopez goes head-to-head after being teammates as youths. And McLean slides one in the right center for a base hit. And quickly, the Jags get their first hit of the night. As Ethan McLean jumps on base first. 1 on, no outs for Brindley Oaks.
Number 22, Brindley Oaks.
Oaks on Tuesday night, bat at night, 0 for 1. He drew a walk. One on, no outs. Top half of the first. Packed house tonight here in the jungle. And Anthony fires. Oak shows bunt. You know, a lot of base runners continues to dance on Gavin Hole, and a lot of them pay for it. 1-0 count on Oaks. Few changes in his Jags order from Tuesday as Oaks shows bunt again, and that goes down as a strike. 1-1 to Oaks. Oaks batting second tonight, as Gannon Plummer goes down to the 9-hole. 1-1 to Oaks. As Gonzalez. Oaks shows bunt again, fires over the first, and McLean slides back in. Selvin Garrett on deck for Johnson. Top half of the first, 1 on, no outs for the Jags. AG's ready to go. He fires the 1-1 and laying down a bunt. Nice one. Should have been runners interference, and they do call it. Runners interference was called before he even made it to the base. 1 gone here in the top of the first, and here is Garrett.
Now batting third baseman, number 12, Selvin Garrett.
Garrett on Tuesday, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So I wonder how do you score that, even though, you know, runners interference was called. We'll just call it 1-3 put out. As McLean now stands at second base. 1 on, 1 out, top of the first. And Gonzalez steps off the rubber to reset. AG looks back at second, fires. High for ball 1, 1-0 to Garrett. Grayson Thornton on deck for Johnson. Thornton was the lone hit and the lone RBI for Johnson back on Tuesday. Nice pitch by Anthony. My goodness. Actually, that run wasn't even an RBI. It was off an error. 1-1 now to Garrett. And AG, second time looking back at second. He fires the 1-1. That's a little high, ball 2. always a packed house on the youth night as AG looks back at second base. He fires the 2-1. That's outside. Nice glove by Gavin, but 3-1 on Garrett. AG isn't going to blow you away with a lot of speed, but he has a lot of play control in his glove as he looks back at second base. And he fires a 3-1. And that's a screamer fouled off the net. Full count now on Garrett. Tigers getting settled into the Tuesday, Friday schedule from here on out this regular season. And AG looks back at second. Fires a 3-2. High, ball 4. 2 on, 1 out now for the Jags. Here in the first, as that brings up Grayson Thornton.
Now batting right fielder, number 1, Grayson Thornton.
Thornton again, the lone hit for the Jags. Back on Tuesday as he went 1 for 2. He also struck out. Double play ball will be fantastic right now for Anthony. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1, 1-0 to Thornton. Gus Kane on deck. 2 on, 1 out, top of the first. And the Jags first. And Anthony fires well inside and high, 2-0 to Thornton. And timeout as the entire infield now coming in to settle Anthony down. A couple of defensive changes for the Tigers as Dom Hurley is starting at third base tonight. Meanwhile, Hagan Shipley starting out at left field. As the infield goes back. Two-0 count to Thornton. As Gonzalez looks back at second base. He has McClain dancing on second base. And AG fires. And that's floated in the center field. Dropping down for a base hit. And the first run of the game is Ethan McClain. He's going to come in and it's 1-0 Jags. RBI double for Grayson Thornton.
Now up, first baseman number 14, Gus Kane.
Here's Kane. 2 on, 1 out. In the Jags first. Runners at second and third. Only 1 out. And the Jags lead 1-0. And the AG fires. And Kane swung at air for strike 1. The 0-1 upcoming from Gonzalez. And he fires. Outside for ball 1, 1-1. Aces on the board for Kane. AG fires. And Kane floats one in the center field. Taylor is right there at the warning track. He grabs it for the second out. But coming in to score is Garrett, and it's 2-0 Jags.
Now up, designated hitter number 30, John Duran.
Here's Duran. Runner at third, 2 outs. Duran on Tuesday night 0 for 3. But a hit will make this 3-0 Jaguars as Gonzalez fires. Catches in the inside corner for strike one. 0-1 to Duran. As Gonzalez fires the 0-1. That's high. 1-1. 1-1 count to John Duran. 2-0 Jags here in the first inning. And that's well outside. 2-1 to Duran. As Gonzalez fires high. 3-1 to Duran. Jags already doubling up on runs and hits here in the top half of the first. Got in there. Full count now on Duran. Anthony looking to get out of this inning. And the 3-2, he fires, and Duran fouls it off. Count remains 3-2. Ricky Montijo on deck for Johnson. Full count on Duran. 2 outs. Jags lead 2-0. Gonzalez fires. Got. Foul tip. I thought it was the first strikeout for Gonzalez, but the count remains full. And AG looking just to get out of this inning. And again, foul tip, this time off of his ankle. And the count remains full. Gonzalez likes to pitch. The 3-2. And it hits Duran and runners at the corners. Runners at the corners with Montijo coming up to bat. And now Coach Payne's going to come out and argue. He's going to say maybe Duran leaned into the hit. I can see that argument too. And now the umpires are going to come together to see if Coach Payne wins this argument. And they're gonna call him a hit by pitch.
Now batting catcher number 20, Ricky Montijo.
Here's Montijo, 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Montijo 0 for 1, drawing a walk and striking out on Tuesday night. Runners at the corners, 2 gone here in the first. Gonzalez fires his first pitch. Got in there for strike one. 0-1 to Montijo. Thomas Schnabel on deck for Johnson. And AG fires. And that's hit. Nice stab. And Dom with the play to get out this inning. Great play by Dom Hurley to save a run. Jags left 2 on base. Tigers coming up for the first time tonight. 2-0 Jags as we head to the home half of the first. You are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Johnson. Tigers will go with Taylor Tracy, Gavin Hole, Jack Tyndall to lead off the ball game for the home team. Pitching tonight for the Jaguars, number 11, Jaden Lopez. Tigers offensively exploded on Tuesday night. The best showing in a couple of years, arguably, for the Tigers, an 11-1 victory with the run rule happening in the 6th inning, snapping a 4-game losing streak to their arch rivals.
Leading off for the Tigers, center fielder, number 13, Taylor Tracy.
Here's Taylor. Taylor on Tuesday night went 3 for 3 with his first home run of district season. Solo blast to lead off the game for Taylor. As Lopez gets settled in. Taylor in the box. We're ready to go. Lopez fires. And that's low for ball one. 1-0 to Taylor Tracy. Gavin Hole on deck for the Tigers. 2-0 Jags in the bottom half of the first. As Lopez, high leg kick, fires. And Taylor swung at it. 1-1 to Taylor Tracy. Taylor looked extremely comfortable on Tuesday night. The entire team did in that 11-1 beatdown. And well inside, 2-1 to Taylor Tracy. 4 home runs by the Tigers on Tuesday, including 2 from Connor Helms. Lopez fires. Taylor fouls it off, 2-2. Trey Perry with a 3-run home run. Connor Helms with 2, 5 RBIs. Taylor Tracy led off the game with a solo shot. Here's the 2-2 from Lopez. Taylor swung at it for strike 3 and a first strikeout of the game for Lopez. 1 down here in the first.
Now batting catcher number 2, Gavin Hole.
Here's Gavin. Gavin went 1 for 4 on Tuesday. Looking for the Tigers' first base runner of the night. As Lopez fires his first pitch well outside for ball 1. 1-0 to Gavin. Jack Tyndall on deck for the Tigers. 2-0 Jags. No one on, 1 out here in the bottom half of the first as Lopez fires. And that gets behind Montijo, 2-0 to Gavin. Tigers will have a 2-game set against Aikens beginning Tuesday night right here in the jungle. Lopez fires a 2-0, and Gavin swung at that one, strike 1. The Tigers will play their final game at Berger for the season next Friday night against Aikens. 2-1 count to Gavin as Lopez fires. Gavin swung at that one, strike 2, 2-2 now to Gavin Hole. As Lopez fires. And that hits Gavin, and Gavin is on. One on, 1 out here in the Tigers first for Jack.
Now batting right fielder number 18, Jack Tyndall.
2 on the night on Tuesday.
Courtesy running number 11, Zane Warren.
As Zane Warren courtesy runs for Gavin. You got to think Jack would have won one of those home runs on Tuesday. He is itching for one. As Lopez fires, Jack floats one foul. After next Friday, the Tigers start their toughest stretch of the season. 2 games against Westlake, 2 games against Lake Travis, before finishing with Dale Valley and then Anderson to end the season. Lopez fires over the head of Jack. That gets away, and Warren advances to second. So runner on second in Zane Warren. Aces on the board for Jack. And Zane has speed, so even a bloop will bring Zane home. Jack swung at it for strike 2. 1-2 now to Jack Tyndall. Dom Hurley's on deck for the Tigers. 2-0 Jags, but the Tigers have a runner at second base. Only 1 out. Lopez fires, and that hits Jack. And the Tigers now with 2 on, 1 out. Second HBP for Lopez.
Now batting third baseman number 16, Dominic Hurley.
Dom on Tuesday, 3 for 3, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and now meeting out on the mound for the Jags. Tigers threatening here in the bottom half of the first. What a lineup. After Dom, Connor Helms is coming up. Tigers offense starting to cook. And it's just continuation from Tuesday. So now Lopez finds himself in some trouble. Tigers yet to have a hit, yet 2 on, 1 out in the bottom half of the first. Lopez, long look at second. He fires, and Dom looks at ball 1. 1-0 to Dom Hurley. Connor is on deck. 2 on, 1 out. The Tigers half of the first. Lopez, long look at second base, and he fires. And that's low and away, 2-0 to Dom Hurley. Lopez with a long stare at second base. He is respectful of Zane's speed. Zane dancing right now on second. Lopez, long look at him. He fires. And Dom fouls this one off, 2-1 to Dom Hurley. And Lopez fires away from Dom, 3-1 to arguably the Tigers' most dangerous hitter. And Lopez 1 ball away from loading the bases, and he does just that. Bases loaded, full of Tigers. Only 1 gone. Here's Connor.
Now batting first baseman number 3, Connor Helms.
Connor 2 for 3, 2 bombs, 5 RBIs on Tuesday. And now bases full of Tigers, no outs. Lopez fires, and that's inside. I thought it may have hit Connor. 1-0 count to Connor Helms. Parker Saucy on deck. And Lopez, full windup, fires, and catches the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 to Connor Helms. Ace is on the board for Connor. Connor's ready, so is Lopez. Lopez winds, fires. And Connor floats one in the left field. It's going to score at least 1. And Zane's going to come in, and it's going to be 2-1 Jags. Another RBI for Connor Helms.
Now batting designated
Here's Parker. Tigers still without a hit, and it's 2-1. Parker's first start of the district season. 2 on, 2 outs here in the first. And that pitch is well outside for ball 1-0 to Parker. Trey Perry's on deck. Lopez staring at Jack on second. That pitch is low, 2-0 to Parker. Jack Tendo on second. Dom Hurley on first. 2-1 Jags. 2 outs. Hit the Tigers. And Parker slice one. Into center field for a base hit. Here comes Jack. Jack ties his game up at 2. Parker Saucy with an RBI single to tie this ball game up.
Now batting for the Tigers, second baseman number 4, Trey Perry.
Trey on Tuesday 1 for 4, but that one, a 3-run home run. Of course, this is the hardest park in the district to hit a home run out of, and Trey checked his swing, ball 1. 2 all here in the top of the first. Tigers offense has been cooking with fish grease the last 2 games. And Trey, as a little bit of a shift was on, and Oaks was able to put Trey out to end the inning, but the Tigers able to tie this ball game up at 2. 2 all going to the top of the second. Schnabel, Plummer, and in the top of the order in McLean due up for the Jags in the second. 2 all, you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Thomas Schnabel to lead off the second inning. Fort Johnson, welcome back to the jungle. Melvin Jones here with you, Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. 2 all as we begin inning number 2. And AG back to work. And Schnabel swung at air for strike 1. 0-1 to the center fielder. Gonzalez fires. And that's foul to the backstop. 0-2. And AG looking for his first K of the night. He fires, and that's low. 1-2 now to Schnabel. A ball and 2 strikes to Thomas Schnabel. As Anthony didn't like it. He likes this one. And he fires to the outside. And that's well outside. 2-2 now to Schnabel.
Sounds like an Eastern beer.
And AG with the wind. He fires. Got him! First strikeout of the night for Anthony. 1 gone here in the second.
Now up left fielder, number 10, Gandon Plummer.
Here's Plummer, the number 9 hitter for the Jags. He went 0 for 3 as the number 2 hitter on Tuesday. And AG fires, and that's inside and low for ball 1. As the sun starts to set here in the hill country. And that's floated out to left. Underneath it is Hagen Shipley, and Hagen puts it away for the second out of this inning. 2 gone. Here's the top of the order, and Ethan McLean.
Now batting shortstop, number 8, Ethan McLean.
McLean 1 for 1 for the night. Had a single to lead off this ball game. He scored a run as well. And Anthony fires outside for ball 1. Anthony looking to put him down in order. He fires a 1-0. Well inside, 2-0 to McLean. And here's the 2-0 coming from Anthony. He fires. And that missed, 3-0 to McLean. Brinley Oaks on deck for the Jags. AG fires a 4-pitch walk, and McLean gets on for the second time tonight.
Now batting second baseman, number 22, Brinley Oaks.
Second walk for Anthony, and it brings up Oaks. Oaks was put out last inning pretty much twice. They called him out on runners interference, but Anthony tossed it over to first to ensure. So McLean back on first, 2 outs. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1 to Oaks. Tigers will go 8-9-1 to begin their second inning. Hagen, Jackson, and then Taylor, top of the lineup, due up in the second inning. 0-1 count to Brinley Oaks. Game tied at 2. 1 on, 2 outs. Here in the Jags second. And AG fires high. Gavin was hoping that McLean took off. 1-1 to Oaks. Yeah, something's going on. I can't tell exactly what it is. The umpire stopped play. Can't tell exactly what's going on.
No, I think it was just a UFO landing behind us.
Apparently there's a drone or something landing. Okay, a little Price is Right. You can never go wrong with the classics. I'm looking outside myself, and I don't see anything, so I'm not exactly for sure what is going on.
Is he getting his pitcher more warm-ups?
As Oaks back in. AG looks over first. 1-1 to Oaks.
Oh, I know what it is.
And he fires, and that's high, 2-1.
Oh, they're waiting on the lights to turn on?
Well, they turned them on, but they...
No, it takes them a little while.
The lights are warming up, and that could be the issue.
Somebody...
And Gonzalez fires a 2-1. Runner takes off, and a hit and run was on. And Dom throws it over the head of Connor Helms. And McClain's going to try, and he stops. E5 on the play as McClain goes all the way to third.
Who's playing shortstop right now?
Jackson's a short, that's Dominic.
First error of the night for the Tigers. Comes off the arm of Dom Hurley. This is Dom's first game at third this district season, so that could be excusable. Blake Cox is warming up in the bullpen for the Tigers. And Coach Payne out there with his entire infield. So now the Jags runners at second and third. Still 2 away with Garrett up to bat.
Now batting third baseman, number 12, Selvin Garrett.
Garrett walked in the first and scored a run. So Anthony looking to get out of this jam. And Anthony could go with a full windup, and he does, and he fires. Got in there for strike one. Nice pitch by Anthony. 0-1 to Garrett. One thing about the Tigers have a very deep bullpen. As Anthony fires, and that's nice play by Anthony. Nice pitch. He jammed up Garrett completely. And now Garrett down in the count 0-2. And Anthony now taking his time. The 0-2. He fires. Got him. Oh, they didn't give it to him. That was, from up here, that looked like that was strike 3. Nonetheless, 1-2 now to Garrett. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite Anthony. Here's the 1-2. And Garrett struck out anyway. Didn't matter. Did not matter. Jags leave 2 on. No runs, no hits, 1 error by the Tigers as we head to the home half of the second. Hagan, Jackson, and Taylor Tracy all due up in the bottom of the second. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Hagan leading off the Tigers' second 2-wall here in the second. As we welcome you back to the jungle, Melvin Jones here with you, Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Jags strand 2 in the top half of this inning. As Lopez fires his first pitch, and that catches the outside corner. It was high, but strike 1. 0-1 to Hagan. As Lopez quickly fires, he got another one in. 0-2 now to Hagan. Lopez, high leg kick fires, and that's outside. 1-2. Both pitches thus far, 1 strikeout, 2 runs given up. Lopez fires. Hagan got jammed, but he fouls it back. Count remains 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes to Hagan Shipley. Lopez fires. High, 2-2.
Is there a way between innings to make an announcement about the kid, like
2 balls and 2 strikes to Hagan.
Yeah.
hey, watch your kids, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Or they
they're
running.
just running around all over.
As Lopez fires. Hagan swings and misses, and he strikes out for the first out of this second inning. Second strikeout for
Now
Lopez
batting shortstop number 6, Jackson Cano.
is Jackson. Jackson 2 for 4 on Tuesday. 2 runs scored. As Lopez fires. Jackson hits one, but is right to McClain. And McClain fires over the first for the second out of this inning. 2 gone, and here's Taylor. Taylor's 0 for 1 for the night,
Fielder number 13,
striking
Taylor
out
Tracy.
to lead off this ball game.
What? He's hit one over that fence in the middle there all the way.
Lopez looking for his first 1-2-3 inning, and Taylor ain't gonna let him have it. Hit it high, hit it far, get out of here! Second home run of the district season for Taylor Tracy, and the Tigers take the lead.
He hit it over the fence.
That was a no-brainer right there. Taylor Tracy with a bomb. 3-2 Tigers.
Now batting catcher number 2,
Here's Gavin.
Cole.
First bomb in the stadium in league play this season. Again. And Gavin hits a screamer foul to the first base side, 0-1. This is arguably the hardest park to hit a home run in, maybe in all of the state of Texas. As Lopez fires the 0-1, and Gavin hits it back to the backstop, 0-2.
You got your Yankee shirt on for tomorrow anyway, don't you?
3-2 Tigers, thanks to the solo bomb from Taylor Tracy.
So last year, buddy.
Were you on the Tigers last year?
And Gavin back in the box. The 0-2. Gavin fouls it off.
He said yes. But tell Donna yes.
He's shy, I guess.
Are you shy?
I didn't know you were shy. Probably 4. Are you 4?
As Lopez fires. And Gavin goes around for the third out of the inning. But Taylor Tracy, they called a foul. That was very late, by the way. We'll take it, though. Lopez fires, and he missed. Woo! 1-2. I certainly thought Gavin struck out. I even marked it on my scorecard as such. But we'll take it. Timeout. As Gavin steps back into the box. Lopez with the 1-2. He fires. Gavin floats one high. Underneath it is Schnabel. Schnabel grabs it for the third out of this inning. But Taylor Tracy, I can finally say it, gives the Tigers the lead with a solo blast over left field. 3-2 Tigers as we go to the top of the third. Thornton, Kane, Duran, all coming up for the Jags in the third inning. You are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. 3-2 Tigers as Anthony Gonzalez back on the bump to start this third inning. Grayson Thornton, Gus Kane, John Duran all due up in this third inning for the Jags.
Jaguars, right fielder number 1, Grayson Thornton.
Thornton 1 for 1.
Oh, I forgot.
He had an RBI double back in the first.
Can we do that? Tell them that there's kids running loose.
As AG ready to start his third inning of work. And that miss for ball 1, 1-0
Yeah,
to Thornton.
yeah. I guess, yeah, that's, we can do that, yeah.
Gonzalez, high leg kick, fires. And that's chopped foul, 1-1 to Thornton. Sun has set here in the Hill Country. Gorgeous night here in Dripping Springs. The 1-1 to Thornton. Thornton hits one, but it's snagged by Trey Perry for the first out. Trey was all over that one. He grabbed it. One gone here in the third.
Now batting first baseman number 14, Gus Kane.
Here's Kane. Kane's 0 for 1, flying out the center, back in the first. As Anthony fires his first pitch to Kane. Nice pitch in the inside corner for strike 1, 0-1 to Kane. As AG with the 0-1, he fires. Nice pitch for strike 2, 0-2 to Kane. Anthony looking for his second K of the night. And wind up, he fires. And that's foul to the backstop. Count remains 0-2 to Kane. And AG with the 0-2. Another screamer foul to the back net. 0-2 to Kane. John Duran on deck. An 0-2 count to Gus Kane. AG fires. And that's chopped foul. May have went off his arm. Count remains 0-2. Gonzalez. 0-2 count on Kane. And he fires it. And he missed. 1-2 to Gus Kane.
Let's go, Anthony.
AJ likes this one. The 1-2. That's chopped. But Connor's going to put him away himself. Second out in the inning. 2 gone in the Jags' third. And here is Duran.
Now batting designated hitter number 30, John Duran.
Duran was hit by a pitch back in the first. As Anthony looking to calm down a little bit after giving up 2 in the first. Nice pitch for strike 1. 0-1 to Duran. And AG, the 0-1, he fires. Duran chopped one to the dugout of the Tigers. 0-2 now to Duran. Gonzalez looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. And he fires the 0-2. And he barely missed. 1-2 now to Duran.
2 strikes. Come on. Let's go. Is it 2 strikes?
And AG fires. That's chopped. And AG throws it over the head of Connor Helms. An easy out, but that's going to go down as the second error of the night for the Tigers. E1 is going to be the call.
Now batting catcher number 20, Ricky Montijo.
Here's Montijo. 1 on, 2 outs. Anthony had it. The 1-2-3 inning was in his future. He just overthrew it right over the head of Connor Helms.
Parents, we've had a report of little people running wild in the parking lot. If you don't have your eyes on your children, go check the parking lot, please.
I always refer to the voice of the jungle as Jeff reminds parents to look for your children in the parking lot.
Are you in the parking lot?
As Montijo comes on.
Who is
1 on, 2 outs here in the top of the third.
she is. She don't let people
2 errors for the Tigers in this ball game. Two, 2-0 for Johnson. 3-2-2 for Dripping Springs. As Gonzalez fires his first pitch. Nice pitch for a strike one. And an 0-1 count to Montijo. As Gonzalez fires. Got it in for strike two. Nice pitch, Anthony. 0-2 now to Montijo. And Anthony fires the 0-2. And he got strikeout number 2. And the Tigers avoids disaster. Jags leave 1 on. But we go to the bottom of the third, and the Tigers lead 3-2. Jack, Dom, Connor, all due up in the home half of the third for the Tigers. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Bottom third, 3-2 Tigers. Jack, Dom, Connor, all due up in the home half of the third for the Tigers as Jaden Lopez is ready for his third inning of work. There is, I believe there is activity going on in the Jaguar bullpen as Reed Dursky for the Jags is warming up. And here comes Jack.
leading off for the Tigers, right fielder number 18, Jack Tyndall.
Jack tonight was hit by a pitch, but he scored a run back in the first. As Montijo runs back behind home plate after talking to his pitcher, Jaden Lopez. And Jack is in the box. Lopez is ready. And the first pitch from Lopez to Jack. Jack checked his swing. He did. 1-0 count to Jack Tyndall. Lopez with the 1-0. Jack swung at that one. Count goes even. A ball and a strike. Dom Hurley on deck. Here's Lopez with the 1-1. That's outside. Nice pitch by Lopez. 1-2 to Jack. And Lopez steps off the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Lopez fires. Jack jammed.
He doesn't see it.
Underneath it is Schnabel. He's going to lose it, and he does. Third hit of the night for the Tigers. A double for Jack. The old Dripping Springs Lights catches another victim.
Now batting for the Tigers, third baseman, number 16, Dominic Hurley.
Here's Dom.
Melvin called it Dom. I go with Dominic.
Dom walked his first plate appearance back
What?
in the first.
Come all the way around.
Tell you what, the Lights always get the center fielder that's not Taylor Tracy or any other Tiger center fielder that goes out there. Road teams have a hard time finding the balls in these Lights as Montijo heads to the mound to talk to Lopez. Again, senior parents, please have your videos in to me by April 19th. 1 minute long for our senior tribute night, the annual senior tribute night. Final home game against Anderson on April 23rd. Lopez ready to go, and he fires. That's well outside to Dom. 1-0. Again, you can email me those videos, melvinjones_pxp@icloud.com. As Dom pops it up high, is it going to be playable? As Kane is underneath it, and he does grab it for the first out of the inning. One gone, and here's Connor.
Now batting first baseman, number 3, Connor Helm.
And Connor's 0 for 1, but he had the first RBI of the night for the Tigers to bring home Gavin Hole in the first. Zane Warren in the first. As Lopez goes wide and outside for ball 1, 1-0 to Connor Helms. As Lopez, long look at second, he fires, and that's high, 2-0 to Connor. Jack is going to dance at second base. Lopez looks at him. He fires. And 3-0 to Connor Helms. Parker Saucy on deck. 3-0 to Connor Helms. Lopez, long look at second. He fires. And that is low. 4-pitch walk for Connor Helms. 2 on, 1 out for the Tigers with Parker coming up.
Now batting designated hitter, number 9, Parker Salsey. He got a base hit.
Parker tonight, 1 for 1 with a single. RBI single. Back in the first. Now Parker with 2 on, 1 out. Here in the Tigers' third. Lopez looks back at second, and he fires. And Parker slices one foul to the third base side as Coach Payne picks it up for strike 1. Oh, 1 to Parker. Trey Perry's on deck. And Lopez fires. Nice pitch by Lopez for strike 2. 0-2 count on Parker. Lopez looks over at Jack at second. He fires. And Parker bouts one, and it's going to be trouble. And they tag out Connor Helms for the force. And now the Tigers with runners at the corners and 2 outs for Trey Perry.
Now batting second baseman, number 4, Trey Perry.
Trey tonight 0 for 1, grinding out the second, his first plate appearance to end the first inning. Now Trey with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Here in the bottom half of the third. Lopez fires. Trey hits one, foul, just barely.
That one is scored 2.
That was 2 runs coming home on that one. That's what that was. Barely foul.
He got that batting around, didn't he?
0-1 count to Trey. Trey with a 3-run home run on Tuesday. It will be nice if he got another one. Lopez fires. Nice pitch. Strike 2 to Trey. Now Trey down to his final strike. And Lopez fakes. And now Connor's in trouble. And Connor's going to get put out. Oh, he's safe. And here comes. And that time they tagged Jack out to end the inning. Jack got a little greedy there. Should have stayed at third. And that ends the Tigers' third inning. Tigers tried something, but couldn't get on. 3-2 as we head to the top of the fourth. Again, 8, 9, and 1. Schnabel, Plummer, and McLean all due up in the Jags fourth. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Top of the fourth. Tigers lead 3-2.
Leading off for the Jaguars, number 25, Anderson Burton.
As the Jags with a pinch hitter and Anderson Burnt and to come in to hit for Thomas Schnabel to begin this fourth inning, as Gonzalez fires and Burnt swings and misses for strike 1.
Would you take my keys and go get my
Harrison Vallo is in center field
You can.
as Taylor Tracy gets warmed up to possibly come out for the fifth. Nice stab by Jackson. Jackson is able to get Burnt out for the first out of this fourth inning. Here is
Now
Gannon
batting
Plummer.
Left fielder number 10, Gannon Plummer.
Plummer tonight 0 for 1. Flying out to left, his first plate appearance. I see Taylor. Taylor's right there near the cage, so he will ultimately come in tonight, I believe. That pitch barely missed for ball 1. 1-0 to Plummer.
Hold on. We'll do it in between innings. How about that? I'll find it for you.
As Gonzalez fires a 1-0. Swing and a miss by Plummer. Aces on the board now for Gannon Plummer.
I'm glad you came up with something.
as Gonzalez fires. And that is low and inside. 2-1. And Anthony quickly ready to go. The 2-1. Swing and a miss by Plummer. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to the left fielder. Top of the order, and Ethan McClain on deck for the Jags. Anthony with the 2-2. Low and inside, full count. Anthony looking for his third K. He fires, and he got it. Ball got away from Gavin, but Gavin's going to easily put Plummer away for the second out of this inning. Third strikeout of the night for Anthony Gonzalez.
Shortstop, number 8, Ethan McClain.
Excuse me, fourth. As McClain comes up, McClain 1 for 1. He scored a run, leading off the game with a single, and he walked back in the second. Anthony fires, and that's low for ball 1. Four strikeouts for AG, and he got that one in, strike 1. 1-1 to McClain. And timeout by McClain.
There's your daddy. I see your daddy going right there. See him over there?
And that's pop foul and out of play.
Yeah, we did.
1-2 to McClain.
Well, you want me? Yeah, you want me to take you over there, or do you think you can find me? Okay. Well, here, let me point.
1-2 to McClain. AG lines up, fires. And McClain jammed himself. Foul tipped it to the backstop. Count remains 1-2. And Gonzalez with the 1-2. Barely missed deuces for the first time tonight by Ethan McClain. As Gonzalez fires. And he missed. Full count now on Ethan McClain. McClain already on twice tonight. This will either be strikeout number 5 or McClain gets on. Maybe he'll pop up. Who knows? AG fires. Popped it up. Out of play. Foul. Count remains 4. Seven, 8, 9 coming up for the Tigers in the bottom half of the 4th. The 3-2 from Gonzalez. And that's chopped. Jackson is right there. And the Tigers will have their first 1-2-3 inning of the night. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Tigers. Trey, Hagan, Jackson, all coming up. We are halfway down here in the jungle. You are watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Bottom half of the 4th, Trey, Hagan, Jackson, all due up. As Trey comes back up after the base running error from Jack last inning. Trey tonight, 0 for 1, grounding out the second. Three-two Tigers here in the bottom half of the fourth. As Lopez back out there, he fires, and he gets the call for strike one. 0-1 on Trey. Here's Lopez, fires. That was the same location, and he didn't get the call that time. Count is even, 1-1. I did not see Taylor warm up in the bullpen, so I don't know if he's going to come out to pitch or what. And that's going to be a single up the middle for Trey Perry. So Trey gets on. 1 on, no outs. Here in the Tigers' fourth. Here's Hagan. Fourth hit of the night by the Tigers. Hagan struck out his first plate appearance. And now Lopez ready to deliver to Hagan. And Hagan showing bunt. And the Jags playing with fire. Hagan showing bunt. One 0 count to Hagan Shipley. 1 on, no out. Bottom of the fourth. And the Tigers lead 3-2. Tigers would love to have an insurance run right now. Hagan again, showing bunt. He pulls out. Hagan swings and misses. 1-1 now to Hagan Shipley. Hagan in the box. Hagan shows bunt again. He is going to lay it down. That's a beautiful bunt by Hagan. That is a beautiful bunt by Hagan. Hagan got wheels. And that's a base runner there. Here comes another run. Tigers lead 4-2. Trey comes all the way around. Now that's how you strategize. Great strategy. Trey came all the way around to score.
The Tigers shortstop, number 6, Jackson Conover.
Here's Jackson. Jackson grounding out the short, his first plate appearance. And Taylor is on deck. And that ball goes to the backstop. 4-2 Tigers. For a minute, I didn't know what was going on. Then Jack kept running. There was no third baseman right there because the third baseman was the one to put out Hagan Shipley. Hagan laid that down beautifully.
You got a new third baseman and shortstop. McLean's not in.
McLean is not in. Garrett moved over to shortstop as Lopez fired. And that's floating in the right center. That's going to drop down for a base hit for Jackson Conover. 5th hit of the game for the Tigers. Here's Taylor. Taylor tonight 1 for 2. Solo Jack back in the second.
Number 13, Taylor Tracy.
Taylor now tied with Connor Helms for the home run lead here in district play for the Tigers. There is activity going on in the Jags bullpen right now. We'd assume, as I believe that is Reed Dursky in the pen. McLean is in the pen. So that's what's going on. McLean in the pen. I believe Dursky is in the pen as well for the Jags. And that pitch is high, nearly hit Taylor. And Jackson's going to go over the second. So Jackson now at second base. And a 1-0 count to Taylor Tracy. We'll see if Taylor comes out the pitch in the 5th. Lopez fires. That's outside, 2-0. As Harrison Vallow played center top half of his inning. 1 on, 1 out. Tigers lead 4-2. And that is high, 3-0 to Taylor Tracy. Lopez looks back at second. He fires. And Taylor looks at strike 1. 3-1 now to Taylor Tracy.
He didn't warm up in between innings.
Is he our next pitcher? Maybe Anthony's still going?
Gavin Hole
He's going to come back out.
on deck for the Tigers. 3-1 count to Taylor Tracy. And Taylor calls time.
But he should have been warming up in between it, and he wasn't.
Tigers with 5 hits tonight. Lopez, long look. He fires. And Taylor gets on for the second time tonight.
Now batting.
Here's Gavin.
Number 2, Gavin Hole. Playing third for the Jaguars. Number 15, Kai Lu.
As Lopez stays out there.
He's come in for the DH.
Here is Gavin. Gavin tonight, 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and he scored a run back in the 1st. And this could be it for Lopez. As Dursky is coming out. New pitcher for the Jags. 2 on, 1 out. Here in the Tigers fort. 4-2 Tigers. You are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. So Reed Dursky into the ball game for the Jaguars. Dursky on Tuesday night went 2 in the 3rd, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 strikeouts. And the Tigers were runners at first and second, 1 out, and Gavin Hole up to the plate. Runners on base belongs to Jaden Lopez, so Lopez's stat line is not over just yet.
Wait a second, we need another runner on base. Now he's warming up.
As Taylor moves out. So Jeff told me he saw Taylor warm up, so Taylor looks like he is going to come in the top of the 5th for the Tigers. As Dursky, who got rocked on Tuesday night. Comes in 2 on, 1 out, and Gavin Hull to the plate. And Dursky fires, and he missed for ball 1. Gavin tonight 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first and scored. Dursky looks back at second base at Jackson, does it again, and he fires. And that got in there for strike 1. Now, the first pitch I thought was strike. That one's a little bit more outside than the first one. Nonetheless, aces on the board for Gavin. The 1-1 upcoming from Dursky, and he fires. Nice pitch, but it missed. 2-1 to Gavin. 2-1 for the Jags. 4-5-2 for the Tigers. Dursky fires a 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and a strike now to Gavin Hull with Jack on deck. As Dursky looks back at Jackson again. Here's a 3-1. And that's hit in the right field. And it is caught by Thornton as Jackson tags and slides in to third. Nice contact, though, by Gavin. But that is the second out of the inning, and here's Jack.
Now batting right fielder, number 18, Jack Tyndall.
Jack tonight, 1 for 1. He had a double last inning. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first. So now runners at the corners for the Tigers as Dursky. He looked back at third, but no one's there. He fires, and Jack swung and missed for strike 1. 0-1 to Jack Tyndall. Dom Hurley on deck. 4-2 Tigers. Tigers are threatening here in the 4th. Dursky fires. Jack swung and missed that one. 0-2 now to Jack Tyndall. Dursky checking around, fires, and Jack pops this one up. This was going to be in the lights again. Could it be trouble? And it is caught out in left field by Plummer to end the threat. So the Tigers leave 2 on. They did score a run off the fantastic strategic play by Coach Payne. 4-2 Tigers as we head to the top of the 5th. Oaks, Garrett, Thornton, all due up. Taylor Tracy coming out the pitch for the Tigers. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Taylor Tracy warming up.
Because these kids
Taylor's second appearance
throwing year round.
here in league play.
They're still young. They're still arms. They're still.
Taylor came in
Okay, fine.
against Bowie
But it'd be great to see.
last Monday night.
Watch them, like whenever you feel like you're doing good, you just
But look at
Taylor pitched an inning and 2/3 and 4 strikeouts. Still getting back into form off of that injury from last season.
pitches year round now.
Tigers offensively still the same.
Now pitching
Harrison
for the
Valo
Tigers, number
still
13,
stays at center field.
Playing center field for the Tigers, number 7, Anthony Gonzalez. He can come back in and pitch since he hasn't left the game. Leading off for the Jaguars, second baseman, number 22, Brindley Oaks.
As Oaks, Garrett, Thornton are all due up in this 5th inning to take on Taylor Tracy.
It would, because all of a sudden this same guy that looks like the same guy is pitching 5 miles faster. They wouldn't get used to it.
Shout out to Eric Wolf, who's watching right now. Popped it up, does Oaks. And underneath it is going to be Trey Perry for the first out of this 5th inning.
I was watching the other day. I didn't get a shout out. I had COVID. I didn't even get a shout out.
Now I'm getting beat up. Getting
Now
beat up by
shortstop, number 12, Selvin Garrett.
getting beat up by the DJ that we actually like here in the booth.
That's right, Eric.
Shout out to Donna. Donna's right here. I didn't give her a shout out, so now she's gonna pound me for it.
Thank you.
0-1 to Garrett as T. Tracy on the mound fires. All smoke all the time. Quickly 0-2 to Garrett.
You know who gets the win there tonight?
Taylor again getting back into form. And Taylor fires. And that's popped up high. Is it going to be playable for Jack? Jack missed it. Jack tried, though. Jack tried. That went off of his glove. Count remains 0-2 to Garrett. Taylor looking for strikeout number 1. Jeff is getting some love from the Johnson broadcast crew. As I got a text asking who's the PA announcer, and Jeff is getting love. Taylor fires. Got him. First strikeout of the night for Taylor Tracy. Second out of the inning.
Now batting right fielder, number 1, Grayson Thornton.
Here's Thornton. Thornton tonight, 1 for 2. RBI double back in the first. 2 gone here in the Jags 5th. As Taylor fires. Smoke. 0-1 to Thornton. Can't assume a whole lot, but as deep as this Tiger team is, we're looking for a deep run in the postseason this season. As Thornton again swings away at air, 0-2 to the right fielder. Bullpen is deep. They got a solid starting rotation going on. Big things coming up for our Tigers as Taylor fires. Second strikeout of the night and a 1-2-3 inning for Taylor Tracy. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on in the Jags 5th. It is time to stretch here in the jungle. Dom, Connor, Parker, all due up for the Tigers in the 5th inning. You are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Reed Dursky back in. Came in relief of Jaden Lopez as Dom leads off this 5th inning for the Tigers. 4-2 Tigers here in the bottom half of the 5th. Dom tonight 0 from 1. Popped up to first his last plate appearance, and that was well inside for ball 1. Dom, Connor, Parker, the 3 that are due up for the Tigers here in the 5th. Dursky with the 1-0. And that's going in the right center. That's going to drop down for extra bases for Dom Hurley. Dom still flying. Dom is being held up, and a leadoff double for Dom Hurley. Here is Connor.
Now batting first baseman number 3, Connor Helm.
6th hit of the night for the Tigers. Four 2 Tigers with Dom at second. Dursky looks back at Dom, and he fires. And Connor sliced one foul just past Coach Payne, 0-1. Tigers back here in the jungle Tuesday night as we host Aikens. Coverage will begin 6:50 Tigers pregame. First pitch 7 o'clock right here on Vype Live. Next week, Aikens, and then the toughest part of the Tigers schedule is up. 2 against Westlake, 2 against Lake Travis, back to back. As Connor ready for the 0-1. Dursky looks back at second base. He fires the 0-1. Connor hits one, floating one in the left center. Underneath it is Schnabel. He grabs it. And Dom gets back to second. Schnabel with a fantastic arm, with a cannon of an arm, is able to push Dom back. 1 gone here in the 5th.
Now batting designated hitter number 9, Parker Salson.
Here's Parker. Parker 1 for 2. He had an RBI single back in the 1st. And he has Dom Hurley at second base right now. And a 4-2 lead. As Dursky fires. Nice pitch for strike 1. 0-1 to Parker Salcy. Trey Perry on deck for the Tigers. As Dursky looks back at second at Dom. Does it again. Here's the 0-1. And Parker got jammed, I believe, as it went off the net. 0-2 now to Parker Salcy. After next week, we are halfway done in the district league. Dursky, a 3rd time looking back at second. He fires. And Parker swung and missed. And Dursky with his first strikeout of the night. 2 gone here in the 5th.
Now batting second baseman number 4, Trey Perry.
Here's Trey. Trey tonight, 1 for 2. As he had a single last inning. Four-2 Tiger lead here in the bottom half of the 5th. Not the offensive explosion that it was on Tuesday night. Tigers' bats are still on fire, though, and a 2-0 count to Trey. Hagen Shipley's on deck. As Dursky fires a 2-0. Nice pitch for strike 1. 2-1 now to Trey Perry. Dursky goes inside. 3-1 to Trey. Good eye for Trey Perry. Hagan could come up with 2 on. Dursky fires. Hagan chops 1 foul. Full count now, to Trey Perry. Man, and Eric hit us with the kick. He called us an ESPN2 booth up here between the 3 of us.
I mean, we are.
And that's foul by Trey. Count remains full. I mean, man. He says Melvin, Jeff, Donna, ESPN booth, and then he changed it to ESPN2. We couldn't be regular ESPN?
I think we're ESPN regular.
Donna says she doesn't think that we're she said Max. Wow.
ESPN Max.
Oh, okay. The new version of ESPN. Dursky, full count, fires. Trey pops it up high. As going to center field, Schnabel underneath it. He grabs it to end the Tigers' fit. So the Tigers leave Dom on as we head to the 6th inning. As Kane, Duran, and Montijo are all due up for the Jags in the 6th inning. 4-2 Tigers, and you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Taylor Tracy in for his 2nd inning of work. 4-2 Tigers here in the top of the 6th. Gus Kane, John Duran, Ricky Montijo all due up in the 6th for Johnson. Final district meeting between these 2 teams. A rivalry that started back in 2020 as Taylor fires. Got in there for strike 1. 0-1 to Gus Kane. Kane tonight 0 for 2. Tigers have given up 3 runs and 3 hits in almost 2 games against Johnson. Nice pitch, but it's a little high. 1-1 to Kane. As Taylor readies the 1-1. He fires. Nice pitch for strike 2. 1-2 now to Gus Kane. Taylor ready to go. The 1-2. Got him. Looking. What a pitch. My goodness. 3rd strikeout of the night for Taylor Tracy. Jesus.
I don't understand that one. He's still in there. Now batting designated hitter number 30, John Duran.
Here's Duran. Duran tonight 0 for 1. He has reached twice. And Taylor fires. And that's low and inside for ball 1. One and 0 to Duran. Taylor fires. And Duran swung at air for strike 1. Aces on the board for John Duran. And Duran floats one in the left field. It's going to be a tough play, and it's going to drop right in front of Hagen Shipley for a base hit. Only the third hit tonight for the Jags. 1 on, 1 out for Montijo.
Now batting for the Jaguars, catcher number 20, Ricky Montijo.
Montijo tonight 0 for 2.
Is that number? Is that 14? No, they don't have a 14.
On deck?
No, on the courtesy runner.
That could be 24 if I could see that.
24? They got a 24.
Maybe that is John Swinton. Not exactly for sure. We'll find out here in a minute.
And then we got another batter. No, that's the same guy. Jason Burke. Where's he playing now?
4?
Is it 4?
As Taylor looks back at first for a second time, he fires. And he got it in there for strike 1. 0-1
Pinch running
to Montijo.
first base, number 24, John Swinton.
As Swinton is on first.
So he's playing center field.
As Taylor again.
Schnabel
He fires over to first.
was out there.
Anderson Burnt
So easy.
on deck for the Jags. These two teams did play in 2020. I have no idea who won that game because I have no score to report in that very shortened 2020 season.
I don't think they played.
Was that COVID?
This COVID year.
It was COVID year as Taylor swings back over to first. Now, according, that actually could have been Johnson out and San Antonio. Taylor fires as high for ball 1. So it does not look like these two teams played at any point in 2020.
Nice.
And nice pitch by Taylor as he got Montijo swinging for strike 2. 1-2 to Montijo. So as of right now, this very moment, Johnson leads the all-time series 4-3. Their first meeting was in 2021, and they were no hit by Cam O'Bannon on that March 9th, their very first meeting. That was actually my very first broadcast as well. One-two count to Montijo. Taylor looking deeply at first. He fires high. 2-2. Great hops by Connor because that was going in the right field. And Connor was able to leap up and grab it. 2-2 count to Ricky Montijo. So Johnson all-time leads the Tigers 4-3. Tigers looking to tie it up tonight. And Montijo hits it to the backstop. Count remains 2-2. Johnson headed to District 27 next season. As Taylor, a few looks over the first, doesn't again. And he fires a 2-2. Inside, full count. Swinton didn't even think about it. So full count on Montijo. As Taylor ready to go. The 3-2. He fires. That's popped up. That's high. Very high. Underneath it is Dom Hurley. Dom missed it.
That's an infield
That should be infield fly rule.
An infield fly.
The umpire standing right there. Runner never moved. That should have been infield fly.
It was an infield fly. Now batting, number 25, Anderson Burnt.
Here's Burnt 1 on, 2 outs. And Coach Payne has an argument to whereas the Tigers should have been able to double up on the infield fly. Nonetheless, it is 2 outs. And Burnt comes up. Burnt tonight 0 for 1, grinding out to short. Back in the 4th inning. As Taylor fires. And Burnt swung and missed for strike 1. Traditional-wise, that would have been a double play, and the inning would have been over. But they did not call it, so here we are. Montijo still at first. That is not Montijo. That is number 3. That is Devin Bisbee, the courtesy runner. An 0-2 count to Anderson Burnt. Taylor looking for strikeout number 4. Here's the 0-2 coming up from Taylor to Burnt. Taylor fires, and that's foul to the backstop as Burnt was jammed. Count remains 0-2. That's Taylor. Ready to 0-2. He fires. And he missed. 1-2 now to Burnt. Tigers going with 8, 9, and 1 once again to lead off the 6th. Taylor fires the 1-2. That's high. Deuces to Burnt. I believe that is the second deuce call of the night. 2 from Johnson, none for the Tigers. As Taylor fires a 2-2. Foul tipped. Oh, they did call him out. That was weird.
2 outs, the base can be occupied.
So 4th strikeout for Taylor Tracy. Jeff and I don't even know what's going on anymore.
We know more than these umpires do.
Tigers lead 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 7, 8, 1, 8, 9, and 1 coming up for the Tigers. Hagan, Jackson, and Taylor Tracy. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. As Hagan leads off the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. Reed Dursky back in for his 3rd inning of work for the Jags. 4-2 Tigers. And Dursky fires. Nice cut by Hagan, but it goes foul. There is activity going on in the Tigers bullpen. My assumption, and I could be wrong, the batter that is on deck is going to come in to close it out for the Tigers. As Jackson Conover is on deck for the Tigers.
Jackson's going to close it out.
As Dursky fires. Nice pitch inside corner for strike 2. Again, I could be wrong. But if we could read the tea leaves, or maybe Taylor comes back in for the save. Who knows? Dursky fires. 1-2. You shouldn't assume, and I'm not assuming, but if don't assume, but if we know it's going to be correct, it's maybe Jackson coming out to close it out in the 7th. As Shipley steps out of the box, now he's back in. The 1-2 count. Dursky fires. Nice, excuse me, check him swing, but it goes foul. Count remains 1-2. The Tigers are as deep as you can imagine. Deep pin. Starting rotation, outstanding. As Dursky with the 1-2. Nice pitch, and he got Hagan looking. And that is his second strikeout of the night. One gone here in the 6th.
Now batting for the Tigers, shortstop, number 6, Jackson Conover.
Here's Jackson. Jackson tonight 1 for 2. He had a single back in the 4th. As Dursky fires. Jackson chops one. Tough play, but able to make it was Garrett for the second out of the inning.
Now batting pitcher, number 13, Taylor Tracy.
Here's Taylor.
Okay, so Antonio.
Taylor tonight 1 for 2. Solo home run back in the 2nd. He drew a walk his last plate appearance in the 4th.
So now, do I hold him that back? Because he hasn't struck out anybody.
As Taylor goes up against Dursky
Should I be the mean poppy?
for, I'm going to say, the second time, and Taylor calls time.
I told my granddaughter the other day that he needs to hold us. We had a bet. Just because he's injured doesn't mean that he gets that welt like that.
As Dursky fires. Taylor looks at ball 1. 1-0 to Taylor Tracy. Gavin is on deck.
This guy's gone. I can't go talk to him.
Dursky fires the 1-0. Taylor pops this one up high. And underneath it is going to be Thornton. And for the first time tonight, the Tigers go down in order. 1, 2, 3.
Bert was playing left field. Number 25 was out there. That's what I did.
So Tigers go down 1, 2, 3. And it is definitely Jackson Conover coming in to close it out for the Tigers. 4-2 as we head to the top of the 7. 9, 1, and 2. Plummer, McLean, and Oaks coming in for the Jags. Tigers looking for the sweep. You are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. So Jackson Conover in to close it out for the Tigers. Tigers lead 4-2. 9-1-2 for the Jags are due up as Gannon Plummer leads it off for the Jags here in the 7th. Jackson fires. Nice pitch for strike one. 0-1 as Kai Vu
No, he's over there. That's back to.
Kai Vu is on deck. And a strike. And 0-2 to Gannon. Yes, that is number 15, Kai Vu, in the on-deck circle for the Jags, replacing McLean.
Yeah.
And that pitch is high, 1-2 to Plummer. Plummer tonight 0 for 2, striking out his last plate appearance. And that's popped up, and that is going to go foul near the backstop. Count remains 1-2. So McLean went out. I don't know if it was an injury or what. And Kai Vu is going to come in to pinch hit for Ethan McLean. So it's right now Plummer, Vu, and Oaks that is going to be due up here in this half inning for the Jags.
Yeah. So he must have gone to center.
As Jackson is ready, so is Plummer. The 1-2 from Jackson. And Jackson missed. That looked good. Looked good up here. But a 2-2 count on Gannon Plummer. Game is now officially 2 hours long. Jackson fires. Same locale, full count now on Plummer.
Stop.
3-2 to Plummer. And Jackson fires. Got him. First strikeout for Jackson Conover. One gone in the 7th.
This says hitting 6.
And here is Kai Vu.
Replacement number 15, Kai Vu.
Vu replacing McLean.
1 out or 2 outs? They say we got 1 out.
And that pitch is low for ball one. 1-0 to Vu. And Jackson with a beautiful pitch evens up the count at aces. 1-1 to Kai Vu. Jackson fires a 1-1. Nice pitch. 1-2 now to Vu. And Jackson fires. And he missed. 2-2 count now to Kai Vu. With Brinley Oaks on deck for the Jags. Tigers looking for the sweep. And Jackson fires. Vu sits one in the center field, but Taylor drops it. You never see that coming from Taylor Tracy, dropping in center field. And the third error of the night for the Tigers as Vu gets to second. Very rare E8 there.
Now batting second baseman number 22, Brinley Oaks.
Here is Oaks. Oaks tonight 0 for 3. Third error of the night. This one given to Taylor Tracy. Jackson fires. Nice pitch for strike one. 0-1 to Oaks. Selvin Garrett is on deck. Jackson looks back at second, fires. And that pitch is low. Aces for Garrett. Top 7, 4-2 Tigers. And Kai Vu is on second base for Johnson. Jackson fires. Nice pitch. And he did not get the call. 2-1 to Oaks. Jackson ready to go. Looks back at second. Fires. Well outside. 3-1 to Oaks. And now Jackson fires. He got it in there for a strike two. Full count on Oaks. Jackson likes this one. The 3-2 upcoming. Jackson fires. High. Ball 4. And the Jags 2 on here in the 7th. As now the infield comes around Jackson. 2 on, 1 out for Selvin Garrett. Garrett tonight 0 for 2, both strikeouts. The tying run is on first for the Jags. Tigers looking to get out of here. Sweeping the Jags as Coach Payne out there telling his outfield, stay deep.
Now batting for the Jaguars, shortstop, number 12, Selvin Garrett.
Garrett tonight 0 for 2, both strikeouts. Jackson looking to close this one out. Jackson looks back at second base. He fires. Nice pitch for strike one. Oh and 1 now to Garrett. Jackson fires. Selvin Garrett fouls this one off of the net. And he's quickly down in the count. 0 and 2. Jackson looking for strikeout number 2 in the night. And Jackson fires. And that's going in the right field for a base hit. And they hold the runners. Bases are loaded now, full of Jaguars. And here is Thornton.
Now batting right fielder, number 1, Grayson Thornton.
Thornton tonight, 1 for 3. He had a double back in the first. Jackson Conover right now in trouble. Bases loaded, 1 away. Tigers lead 4-2. Jackson will have his full windup here. As Jackson's ready to go, and he fires. got in there for strike one. 0-1 to Thornton. Tense situation right now. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Tigers with a 4-2 lead. Jackson looking for the save, but is in trouble. And timeout by Thornton. And Jackson fires the 0-1. Well outside, 1-1. Here's Jackson. He fires. Nice pitch for strike 2. 1-2 now as Gavin nearly threw it over the head of Jackson Conover. A ball and 2 strikes now to Grayson Thornton. Jackson would love to get a strikeout right now. Here comes the 1-2 from Jackson. He fires. That's popped up high. And that is probably not going to be playable, and it's not. Count remains 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Thornton does have an RBI tonight. Jackson looking to hold just to that 1 RBI. The 1-2 upcoming from Jackson Conover. He fires. And that was close to hitting him. 2-2 now to Thornton. Jackson, wind up, fires. Got him! Second K of the night for Jackson. 2 gone in the Jags' 7th.
First baseman, number 14, Gus Kane.
And Kane, the last hope for the Jags. Kane tonight 0 for 3. He does have an RBI back in the first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Tigers lead 4-2. Looking for the sweep. Jackson fires. Outside, ball 1. And Jackson fires a 1-0. Nice pitch for strike 1. Evens up the count. Ball and a strike to Gus Kane. And Jackson fires a 1-1. Got inside. Gorgeous pitch from Jackson Conover. And the Jags are down to their final strike. And now, crowd is starting to get into it. A ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Tigers lead 4-2. Jackson Conover looking to close it out as Kane steps outside of the box. Jackson's ready to go. And Jackson fires. Outside, but no one moves. Great defense by Gavin Hull. Deuces to Gus Kane. Jackson looking for his second save here in league play. He has a win and a save thus far. The 2-2 to Kane. Jackson fires. That's dribbled. and putting it away and into this ball game is Trey Perry, and the Tigers sweeps the Jaguars. Final score tonight, 4-2 Tigers. We'll give you the numbers when we come back. The Tigers are now 5-1 in district play and sends the arch rival home with a sweep. And in their final meeting in district play, the Tigers win 4-2 over the Jaguars of Johnson. And you are watching Tiger Baseball on Vype Live. Welcome back to the jungle. 4-2 Tigers. And the Tigers get their 5th district win out of 6 games, defeating their arch rival for the last time in district play. 4-2. The Tigers 5-1 in league play. Tonight's player of the game, Taylor Tracy, 1-for-3, but he had the go-ahead solo home run back in the 2nd inning. And the Tigers now 5-1 and sending Johnson back home 3-4 in league play. Winning pitcher tonight, Anthony Gonzalez, his first district win of the season. He is now 1-1 in district play. Losing pitcher, Jaden Lopez, and the save goes to Jackson Conover, 2nd of the season for Jackson. Anthony tonight, 4 innings pitched, giving up 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts for the senior, number 7. So a fantastic night for the Tigers, and the Tigers come away with a 4-2 victory against the Jaguars of Johnson. So the Tigers with the win, 5-1 now in district play. They didn't get their 5th win into the 9th district game last season. They are rolling as we head against Aikens next week. Our next telecast, Tuesday night from back here in the jungle. Tigers and Aikens do battle. First pitch, 7 o'clock. Tigers pregame, 6:50 right here on Vype Live. I'd like to thank the best QA in the business, Nate Nunez, for keeping us on air. Our technical producer, Suna Venkat, and of course, the broadcast director of Vype Media Networks, Merle Bertrand. Once again, final score 4-2 from the jungle. Tigers win, and we will talk to you Tuesday night from right here in the jungle. You have been watching Tigers Baseball on Vype Live. Have a great weekend, folks. I will talk to you Tuesday.